Hello, my name is Christopher Terrazas, and I'm here to tell you that on contrary to belief, the media has a good impact for the LGBT community. As a gay man, the media was helpful for me when I was in the closet and even when I came out of the closet. I was able to get more informed on LGBT manners and also get more educated and connect and find people like myself. Did you know that thanks to having social media access, YouTuber Harry Brewis raised more than $356,000 by live streaming on Twitch for 57 hours straight? This act is phenomenal, but I'll get back to this subject later on. So the media has created a safe space for the LGBT youth. An article, LGBT teenagers are creating new online subcultures to combat oppression, written on January 31st, 2019, by Olu Jensen. It tells us that the LGBT teenagers were able to express and get informed on their trans identities and explore their sexuality in online communities and throughout social platforms. The LGBT youth are creative people, so they use this creativity to create more content on Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and many more social platforms. They use websites, for example, to upload blogs, memes, and GIFs. Even though the content they created was not highly viewed, it brightened closeted people or LGBT isolated people to feel more accepted and also help them connect with one another from all around the world. In the same article, we learned that above oppression, they were able to use social media for their advantage. A perfect example is, like I previously talked about before, YouTuber Harry Brewis. He raised more than $356,000 for the trans community by live streaming on Twitch a Donkey Kong game for 57 hours straight. Another example that the LGBT youth fought oppressors is by labeling homophobes into haters. This way, they were able to put them in a way where they can talk to them and also change their negative ways. Another article called "Social Media Gives Support to the LGBT Youth When In-Person Communities Are Lacking," written on September 28, 2021 by Linda Charmaram. It elaborates on how the internet is useful for queer folks because it helps them find LGBT safe spaces and search for valuable information. It also helps them build connection, like I talked about before, with other people and connect with each other on social media platforms. The internet is also helpful for queer folks to find friendly physicians, therapists, and other care providers. They also use it to educate themselves and advocate for the LGBT community. Another reason is the media another reason why the media has a good impact for the LGBT community is because it is by enforcing the consequences against homophobic acts. An article, Snickers apologizes for airing a homophobic ad after being criticized on social media to combat depression on January 31st, 2019 by Lifestyle Desk. It talks about how Snickers released a homophobic ad in Spain. The ad received backlash around the mainstream media. The people would demand an apology and an explanation for the Snickers company for releasing such degrading and homophobic ad. Eventually, after many people spoke out against Snickers, they apologized and they will state that they will do better in the future. And then Snickers, as you can see in here, you can see the apology they formed on their public data on social media. They will then remove the advertisement from streaming anymore. So another reason is the baby homophobic remarks. So another example would be an article the baby has issued a formal apology after making homophobic comments. Here's a complete timeline on the controversy, written on August 2nd, 2021 by Kelly Algrim. It dives deep into the insensitive comments rapper the baby made and his consequences. During his performance, he will make homophobic remarks against HIV positive and AIDS people and also towards gay men. His insensitive comments caused a public outcry, leading to many people, including celebrities, speaking out against him. And they would soon stand with the LGBT community. Dua Lipa, we would even say she was horrified, and she was one of the singers that collaborated with him earlier that year. I don't know if you guys know the song Levitating. So his insensitive, leading to that, into the public outcry and the backlash, the baby will be dropped by 6 festival lineups, and including one where he was the headliner of the festival. Eventually followed by the consequences, he would formally apologize on Instagram, acknowledging his need for education, and would say he would do better in the future. Finally, the strongest reason the media has made a good impact for the LGBT community is because its influence on more LGBT representation around the mainstream media. An article, Lernas X Montero makes space for black queer men like me, written on September 17, 2021 by Zach Stanford. It talks about Lernas X, a black gay man artist who broke history, is unapologetically gay, and has given representation to both gay and the black community. Although many people have criticized his work and have threatened him, he became a huge representation for both the black and gay community. He will raise the bar for queer success. His accomplishments will pave way for future black queer artists. Lil Nas X in the 2020 Grammys became the first openly gay rapper to be nominated for top categories. The following year, in the 2021 BET Awards, Lil Nas X makes history after he kissed his backup dancer during his performance called Montero, Call Me By Your Name. The song Montero, Call Me By Your Name became one of his biggest hits, and also his album Montero. Neonal Dreamer is another example. So, an article how Supergirl actor Nicole Maines is fighting for trans visibility on and off screen, written on March 17, 2020 by Aubrey Cleo Yap. It dives deep into the character Neonal, aka her superhero named Dreamer, played by Nicole Maines, and on Supergirl, the TV show, who became the first ever transgender superhero to be portrayed on TV. Dreamer, played by Nicole Maines, will give a voice to the transgender community and will allow them to be represented on TV. Nicole Maines used her own trans experience and introduced it into the character Neonal. In the TV show Supergirl, they used scripts focused on unfortunate events and problems transgender people face, and they implemented it on the TV show. An example would say people saying that transgender women are not real women. They will do this to bring awareness to the trans community and hopefully change some negative stigma that transgender people have around the media and around our world. Cameron Mitchell and Modern Family. So it types an article, Modern Family finale, how Cameron and Mitchell forever changed gay families on TV, written on April 10, 2020 by Jude Gerard. It dives deeper on the impact Cameron Mitchell, the gay couple of Modern Family, had in our world and how they will give representation to the gay community in time when gay marriage was illegal. In 2014, Cameron Mitchell showed their impact they had on the real world when 10 million viewers tuned in to the wedding episode of the season 5 finale. Here, as you can see in the pictures. Okay. And when Cameron Mitchell adopted their daughter Lily on season 1 of Modern Family, it portrayed a positive picture for gay couples on TV and on mainstream media in 2009, and impacted how they would view gay couples for years to come. Modern Family's Cameron Mitchell's unique family portrayed paved the way for more LGBT couples on TV, including, like, an example would be The Fosters, the New Normal TV show, and Grey's Anatomy, like a gay couple, a lesbian couple, Callie in Arizona. My bad on that. The show's couple would also influence kids' TV shows, like the programming, and they would even influence Document Stuffings. They would include a lesbian couple in an episode of the TV show. And Hulu's The Bravest Knight, a TV show based on a gay dad with an adoptive daughter. So, revising, the media has a good impact for the LGBT community because it created a safe space for LGBT youth. It enforces consequences against homophobic acts, and it influences LGBT representation on the mainstream media. With this speech, I was able to back my claim. So I thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you were more informed and I was able to persuade or change your mind.